Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.
Hi, is that David?
Hi, Jenny, it's David here.
Hey, what's new?
Not much. My girlfriend just dumped me.
Sorry to hear that. What happened?
Well, she told me things just weren't working out and we weren't right together. But I thought things were just great. Why did she say this? It's completely out of the blue.
Hey, that's not the girl with pink hair, is it? The girl I saw with Jack yesterday.
What? She was cheating on me with that ugly guy. Oh, no, I feel like such a loser.
Hey, she is not worth it. Forget her.
But she lied to me.
Hey, she is not worth it. Anyway, there are plenty more fish in the sea. Listen, let's go for a drink in the town. How about that?
Okay, then.
But you have to promise me that you are not gonna wear that face.
What face?
The one where you look like your dog just died. You have to get over her, and the sooner the better.
Yeah, I know. You are right. That man's really a bore to me.
Which one do you mean?
The man with his hair cropped. Do you know what e-commerce is?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe it means we can buy something through the internet.
That's right.
It must be very convenient and pretty quick.
Sure. But you must have access to the internet. We must set $1,000 aside each month.
Why?
We are going to buy our own house.
Really? Congratulations.
I guess I'd better go now.
I've got to be going now too.
In that case, I'll be seeing you.
See you later.
We can go to the cinema or stay at home watching TV. What's it to be?
As far as I'm concerned, staying at home is more comfortable than going to the movies.
Thanks, dear. I feel so tired after a whole day's work. Have you heard of the love bug?
Do you mean the "I love you" virus that attacks computers through email?
Yes. It is one of the most harmful computer viruses in the world. People say it will break out again on Valentine's Day this year.
This is terrible. Why do hackers play such a dirty trick?
Hackers are smart, and they want people to know about it.
So they create viruses to tell people they are smart? That's really sick.
Freeze.
Don't shoot. I give up.
Would you like some more coffee?
No thanks. I'm full. We need to find our waitress and get our bill.
Good luck finding the waitress.
The service this evening has kind of sucked. Is that our server over there?
I'll go get the check, since our server doesn't seem to be headed this way.
Good. I'll just stay here until you get back.
So the total is $36 for our dinner.
How much of a tip do you think our waitress deserves?
I wonder if no tip would be appropriate in light of the service.
I kind of feel the same way, but they may have just been really short-staffed tonight.
I think that we should leave 10%.
$3.60 will be the right amount for the tip.
Mrs. Schmidt, what's happening?
You'll never guess what happened today. I went to the doctor after work and the doctor told me.
And the doctor told you to start listening to Bach?
No, he told me I'm pregnant.
Congratulations.
And so I bought all these books on having kids and
they said you should play classical music?
how did you know? They say listening to classical music can make your baby smarter.
I heard that Janet has got a new job. She's working for the United Investment Group. I hear that they pay very well.
I heard that too. She must be making a pocket. Well, good for her.
Now, she'll be able to save up for that holiday in the United States.
Yes, she will. At the moment, the exchange rate is very favorable, so she should try to go as soon as possible, while it's cheaper.
You're right. By the way, did you hear that Tom inherited some money recently?
Really? I thought his parents had died several years ago.
They did. He inherited the money from an uncle. I hope he doesn't lose a lot of it in tax to the government.
Dying can be very expensive nowadays. What's he going to do with it?
He said that he would probably invest most of it. He's got a well-paid job, so he doesn't need the money to cover day-to-day expenses. He just wants some extra money available for when he retires.
I had some good financial news yesterday too.
Really? Have you won a fortune in the lottery?
No, but I got a pay rise of 5% in hours for all the hard work I've put in recently. I think it was very nice for my boss to show his appreciation in that way.
It certainly was. So, what are you going to do with your windfall? Have you ever thought about having children, Caitlin?
My husband and I have thought about it, but we've decided not to have any. They are just too expensive. Besides, with all the news about global warming on the news lately, who knows what kind of world we'll have in the future. What about you?
Well, I've always wanted to have lots of children. Growing up with only one brother, I always felt a bit lonely. What do you think about families with only one child?
For me, growing up in a big family always made me yearn for attention. I always wanted to be an only child so that I could always do what I wanted and so that I wouldn't ever have to share.
Don't you think you would miss having other people around?
No way. I spent 20 years of my life with relatives around me 24/7. You know, I don't think I've ever actually spent any time by myself in my parents' home. What do you think of the one-child policy in China?
If China didn't have such a policy, can you imagine how many people there would be in China now?
That's true. But as a woman, I'm glad that even though I don't want any children, I at least have a choice in how many children I have. On the other hand, I can't imagine what China would be like if there weren't a one-child policy.
Do you think most families with many children envy or feel sorry for other families with only one child?
I don't know what other people think, but I, for one, envy only children. I haven't met Bob for years. How is he?
He has been keeping Bach after divorce.
He would have recovered from the stress and got married again.
Once bitten, twice shy. He said he would rather keep Bach than to live in disgust.
What's the life expectancy in your country?
I'm not sure, but probably about 75 years. How about in your country?
About 70, I think. This newspaper article talks about the problems of an aging population. It's a problem that will soon affect most of the world.
I heard that the government might need to increase the retirement age, because otherwise there will not be enough workers to support the young and the elderly.
Perhaps we need to have more babies. Tina gave birth to a baby boy yesterday.
Did she? That's great. However, if we have too many children, that will have a bad effect on the environment.
How's your son these days?
Oh, he's fine. Kids seem to grow up very quickly nowadays.
He'll be a teenager before you know it. Teenagers are often rebellious. When do you think it is a good age to have a child?
I had mine when I was 24. That's a little young. I'd suggest you wait until you are in your late 20s, or even in your early 30s if you have a good career.
Yes, I think you're right. I'm thinking about having a child, but not just yet.
Is there a big generation gap between parents and their children in your country?
Yes, there is. Teenagers do not want to live traditional lives. They want to go out, have fun, and explore the world. They want to develop their own view of life. Parents usually try to discover.
Parents usually give their children more freedom in my country. Sometimes they give them too much freedom.
It's almost impossible to get the right balance. If you are too strict, kids might ignore you. If you are too lenient, they might go wild.
It is time to butter him up.
What do you have to do to grease the palm of him?
I don't know. Let me see.
You can go and ask your father.
They got a divorce at last.
It's inevitable. Their love was built on the sand, and this is why their marriage has landed on the rocks.
You said it. Love but on the sand will soon be on the rocks.
That give us a good lesson.
Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.